Before the crew has uncovered the person or people running the meme page, Tommy Brooks joined with Alicia Fireherm sit down together to discuss both their findings and thoughts along with the background about the meme page.
The meme page started posting their memes on July 28th, but that doesn't mean that the account started then. They could have created the account a long time ago and just started posting on July 28th. So we don't even know the time frame of all this.
I would say it's definitely started after the school year of my junior year. So heading into my senior year. So it was somewhere between May, June, July, August. That's our time frame.
And July 28th is, I feel like, when things sort of started moving.
Yes, that's when everyone started getting on this bandwagon and started conspiracy theorizing, and then it just
following and getting
snowballing.
It just kind of snowballed after that point, after they started posting. And since the beginning of it, they've really kept their identity anonymous.
Yes, it's been about 5-6 months. We have no idea who it is.
We still don't have any idea. Even after doing all of this research, we still don't really have a clear... I mean, we have our suspects, but we don't have somebody coming out and saying...
We'll go in depth about that a little later on. But
little tease.
So, on August 4th, the Memery released a meme poking fun at those who were asking for their identity, which could have been us. I mean, we don't even know if they know if it is us. That we're making a video about that, I guess.
Yeah, but they did post this before we even started our project.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, there were people who were commenting, asking who they were, and DMing them. And they were like posting screenshots of people who were asking who they were, sort of laughing like, you don't know who I am. And they've kept it up. I'm impressed that it's been this long and nobody's come
Whoever
forward.
is this has been done a spectacular job at keeping their identity a secret. They're like Batman right now.
They really are. The first clue that we really saw was when they posted their meme that was made in Snapchat, because obviously if this is someone who's really engrossed in meme culture, they're going to have more sophisticated meme software, probably.
Most people use Photoshop.
Photoshop.
Illustrator, all the Adobe products, but those are very expensive, and if it's a lot easier to get hold of, and when you're in school or when you're a college student, because you get a discount for the price.
So do you think that somebody could be in like a class where they're access to Photoshop?
Yes, but the problem is they didn't start until they started in July, so they didn't have access to any of that.
And they were on Snapchat.
Yes. So for their first couple of memes, they either stole them or just made them on Snapchat. Once the school year started, rumors started flying as who would be behind the meme page. I mean, you got as many of all our stuff. We got 3 main suspects, but it just went beyond there. We got Jackson Reed, Ethan Wyatt,
Sophia Garrison was thrown in the mix.
Cami Moore. That was one of my favorites, but. It was everywhere. It could have been a sophomore, junior, senior, maybe even an upcoming freshman, which is kind of crazy.
There's hundreds of students here, and it really could be anyone.
It could have just been anyone, even someone in Tribe Broadcasting. But the biggest suspect is Ethan Wyatt, and that's usually where people go to. That's when I asked my brother.
Sort of like the cop out. It's Ethan.
I asked my brother, and he's like, Ethan Wyatt. I'm like, okay. But after weeks of Ethan being targeted as the owner, the page posted a meme on September 8th, 2019 of Ethan, and they were not Ethan. So it was like...
Yeah, they were sort of making fun, saying like, oh yeah, we're not Ethan, like that's how everyone thinks we are, but we're not. Why do you think Ethan was the one that people latched on as the meme page out of everyone?
He's a very funny guy, very cultured in memes, knows what he's talking about, and he's very talented when it comes to making jokes and making photos like memes. So I would have really considered him to be definitely number 1 in my list.
See, one theory that's gained a lot of popularity is the conspiracy that the meme page is multiple people, because when Gabe McGuire actually DM'd them on behalf of us, and they said that we will contact you again, which using we sort of says that there's multiple people, and people have pointed out differences in the meme page and how like the style has changed and like different things. It's not as consistent throughout, sort of indicating there may be more than one person behind this.
Because everyone has their own sense of humor, and this definitely seems like it's either has a multiple personality disorder or you got different people. And when you go to the bottom of the page, they're just I think there's like 4 cat memes. That's definitely one person. But then if you start going up, the quality starts getting better.
Yeah.
And it really starts to tell who is really behind it.
And there's sort of a mix between like more, I don't don't know, not as known memes, and then there's some just really normie memes that are kind of thrown in there, which kind of shows like there's people who know their memes and there's people who don't, and there's a mix of them probably running the account.
Whole witch pot right there. At least one of the owners has an iPhone, as shown in screenshot recordings posted on September 19th, 2019. So we at least know one of them has an iPhone. And that's, I would assume all of them do. That's just me personally. Because, I mean, I would say most of us in this room, in the other room, in the next classroom, have iPhones.
However, a lot of the people who I would think of more memers tend to have Androids. It's sort of
really.
I don't
That's
know,
your personal opinion.
Well, think about it. Like Jackson has an Android. Skylar has an Android. Well, I guess he's not really a memer, but I feel like having an Android is almost a personality trait at this point.
I do see that now. Okay, I see what you mean. And then you got the whole memes of Android users.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are good. But I personally believe that these three people, that's my prediction. There's three people that they all have iPhones.
The meme page took it one step further, and on September they released that they would be having a Memery Color Day where students were encouraged to wear blue to show, I guess, their support for the meme page.
I would say support.
Just to see how far the meme page influence had gone, so that the owner could just see who actually pays attention to the meme page. And how do you think that went?
I did it on accident. I think it went okay. I will say okay. That's really about it.
If you compare it to any homecoming dress-up days or anything, it's not even comparable.
No, I think because homecoming's all around the school, and like not everyone has access to Instagram.
Yeah, not everyone is up to date on the memery.
So I would say it did okay for what it was trying to accomplish. Very mediocre. Mm-hmm. And then the last update, the meme page was posted on October 11th, 2019, referencing the football game, indicating the owner was at the game or owners.
Or at least have an idea of what happened at the game. Also, to add to that, they posted on their story, I think it was just a couple days ago, it was a picture of the Hays High Gaiden with the title at the top stories about how the football team had lost to Maze in the final game, and I don't know what they'd captioned it, but they had posted that. So that kind of shows that they do keep up with like the Gaiden, which is interesting.
And they also keep up with sports in general, mainly football, because football's the big fall sport.
Exactly, that people actually pay attention to.
Yes, so they were. I presume at least one of them were at the game.
Yeah,
and that's my best theory on that.
Yeah. And while the owner is yet to be revealed, students have continued to watch the page closely, and as you can see, it still hasn't died. It's been going not as strongly as it did at the beginning, but it's still actually going on. People are still posting on it.
Yeah. No one knows who it is yet, and that's why
what we're trying to track down.
We're here. And it's very interesting to see how far they've come. They don't post as regularly as they used to. I think the most recent meme was about 3 weeks ago. It was regarding Shakwale Onale and the Hays High page. So
yeah. And I think that's the hype has kind of died down. I mean, we're still going strong because of this, but I remember at the beginning of the year, that was all everyone talked about. I was in Ethan Wyatt's biology class, and every day he'd come in and they would be like, "Are you the meme page? Are you the meme page?" And he got so annoyed. Whereas now, I don't think I've even heard anybody mention the meme page outside of this classroom in probably like a good month or two.
I mean, who knows? Maybe after this video goes up, we might get some resurgence, but I don't know.
Do you agree with the meme page keeping it anonymous? What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's really cool of them. I'm not gonna lie. I love superheroes and I love secret identities. So it's just pretty interesting to see that they're doing this kind of.
And I know that they had mentioned when they had done, it was a Q&A on their Instagram story, that part of the reason they wanted to keep anonymous was just to make sure that administration or something didn't take offense to one of their memes or something and get them in trouble, which I guess I can kind of see, but I don't really think many of them are super offensive.
No. They're just
not
poking.
edgy.
They're mainly poking fun at things that are happening at the school, and not things that teachers or administration are doing.
It's not really like dissing the school. No. It's just.
It's like a good example is the ceiling and how that our ceiling is not the greatest. So them poking fun of that, I don't think that would warrant them getting in trouble for.
Exactly. So do you think that if the owner of the meme page, do you think they should come out with their identity, or how do you?
Unless we figure it out or someone else does and they do it, they do it. I don't think the memery itself should ever do it. I don't think they ever should. That's just maybe if no one figures it out, no one figures it out. It's one of Hays High's greatest unsolved mysteries. But that's where I stand on it. What about you?
I don't know. I'm just curious and I want to figure it out. So
I mean, that's what I live for. I live for conspiracy
this is
theories.
So cool.
And
do you think that they will at any point?
it's a possibility, but right now at least, no.